All right, guys. If you didn't hear, Pixar is laying off a ton of people. They laid off 175 people starting back in May. Even though Inside Out 2 was the moneymaker that they needed, they still laying off a bunch of people. So don't be surprised if the quality of content being produced by Pixar Animation Studios, which is owned by Disney, becomes a lot less than what it was. And this is going to continue to happen as these companies seek infinite growth. There isn't much else they can do to make money, so they're just going to start getting rid of the staff and forcing animators to do more and more, even though a lot of these employees already complained about being under a crunch. Because if you haven't, heard recently about how bad it is to be in animation, it's pretty awful. The time frames are getting pretty bad, and they want these movies out quick, real fast, which means the animators have to work harder and generally not on any more money. So if you're wondering where the projects have been crap recently, probably why. Inside Out 2 is of course an exception to that. It did really well, but I think what we're going to see is we're going to see more recycled content from studios like this as they're going for the easy play. And they're going to keep doing that. This is why we see sequel after sequel, right? Easy to produce, quick to put out, but nothing really original. And we hear people all the time complaining about that. But this is really awful, though. That 175 people is 14% of Pixar's animation department, from what the article is saying. That's a lot. And those jobs are not coming back, right? They're gone. And doing animation, that's one of those jobs. It's a very niche profession, right? You can't just go get those jobs anywhere. So where are these people supposed to go? Because again, this falls in one of those things where these people did something. They got a college education. They had a good paying job. But now they're just not, they're not supposed to work anywhere. They're not supposed to do anything. I hope they can find something, maybe, some kind of indie project can start up, but those can be very hard to make money until they get established. And you're also competing with big things like Disney and stuff. So I'm not sure where this goes, but to me, this is just another a step in the downward spiral of what's going on currently in the jobs market. Again, I talked about Cisco and them laying off people in lieu of using AI. I don't see a future without AI being in use by Pixar at some point. I fully see that it's going to be used more so than it may already be that we're not aware of. I cannot source this, but I recall hearing somewhere that Disney was already using AI for some stuff. We've already seen in the games industry where they want to use AI to start making either whole games or start making entire assets where an artist would make those. These companies are going to eliminate every portion of creativity because they think AI can do it. And again, this is a problem. So anyway, what are your thoughts, guys? Where do you see Pixar being? And if you worked for Pixar, I doubt you're here, but if you work for Pixar, what are you going to do now? Where would you go? And what jobs can you do? If you've got this as your main that you've been doing for a while. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for now.